What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and say it isn't so, Brie. You turned down Captain Marvel not once, not twice, but going on 3 times? How could you have deprived us from you in the most iconic role ever? On top of that, I've actually got a good message in this video, so stay tuned to the end. I won't stick around too long, but news broke this weekend that Brie Larson had turned down the Captain Marvel role. And I want to remind all of you that I am a king simp for Brie Larson. I enjoy her. I've come to love her deeply. I look out for Brie. And as a fellow YouTuber now, I welcome her to the community because her content is amazing. Just one person and no production crew and no big Hollywood budgets at all. Just one person being totally like the rest of us, getting put on YouTube trending on day one. But anyway, Brie Larson turned down Captain Marvel and tried to make it in Thor and Iron Man 2. After her turn as Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, both in her standalone introduction in the MCU and later in Avengers Endgame, it's hard to imagine anyone but Brie Larson in the signature role. I mean, maybe. But as she's revealed in a new video on her recently started YouTube channel, man, what would it be like to have everybody in media promoting your YouTube channel? Boy, that would be pretty amazing. She's just like us, though. She started her YouTube. She initially turned down the role a few times. Quote, I remember getting the call when I was filming Kong Skull Island, and they said, Marvel is interested in you playing Captain Marvel. Recalls Larson in the video below. I was like, I can't do that. I have too much anxiety. That's too much for me. I don't think I could handle that. Now, like a personal shout out here, I deal with my own anxiety. I have to take pills every day for it. It sucks. But I mean, I thought what was most interesting about this is that Marvel handpicked Brie Larson. She never even auditioned for it. Marvel desperately wanted Brie Larson for the role and called her not once, not twice, but 3 times for the role. She then told her team to turn the role down, but a few months later, Marvel came knocking again. They were like, hey, they called again. Are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm too much of an introvert. That's way too big a thing for me. It's beyond my comprehension. I can't imagine turning down a film role as an actor, but that's neither here nor there. Finally, Marvel came back a 3rd time because, as Larson's explained, her team hadn't really turned them down. Every time I was telling them no, and I thought my team was telling them no, they were not. Because I think they were like, she would be great at this. Oh, and you were. Captain Marvel, probably one of the best all-time superheroes on film. Really nothing to even point out wrong with the film or the acting or the editing or anything in that film. It was perfect 10 out of 10. $1 billion franchise. Captain Marvel 2 will probably make $2 billion. Be the biggest grossing Marvel film ever. I'm certain of it. Even without men. You don't need men. It's interesting to me that Disney was this set on an actress. Is that normal? The actress goes on to say that part of her initial hesitancy also had to do with her inability to multitask. I'm on a job, I'm playing a character, I can't self-tape, I can't do anything like that. I can only do one job at a time. I'm embodying this character, so I can't think of anyone else. When Kong actually did wrap, Larson was able to take a meeting with Marvel, which included a pitch and a mock-up of her character's costume. That's so crazy to me. That maybe that's normal for Hollywood. I would have thought that, you know, they would bring several people in on a role to figure out like who's the best fit. But apparently Brie Larson had the right stuff. Probably all those cool things she said about 40-year-old white guys who comprise most of Marvel's audience. But that's neither here nor there. I was very moved by what they were trying to achieve and what they were talking about. It felt very progressive, Larson states. Thinking back to the early stages in casting process, I was very surprised by that, by the way. They were talking about feminism and the way they were handling it. We saw how they handled it. Remember, they brought the prototypical D-bag was like, hey, baby, you should smile some more. Total ownage. Feminism 1, toxic masculinity negative, masculinity minus 69,420. They were all they were all female writers, a female director, and it was going to have as many female voices as possible. Imagine picking your jobs like this. Larson began to consider the role, asking to meet with the writers so she could see what they were doing and whether the story made sense. That's a whole level of fame I never expected to participate in, says Larson, of the pitfalls of taking such a role. The only way this works is if I believe in the story and what the messaging was. What was the message of Captain Marvel? What was it exactly? As long as you have superpowers from space, you can achieve anything? Even as a woman? As history shows, it was something Larson ultimately came completely on board with, as he left her excited to step in Danvers' Danvers, become the first female hero to headline her own film. And she had totally earned it. Captain Marvel was, did bid their time as an ensemble cast member in all the previous Avengers films, and finally Captain Marvel was... Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's not what happened? You just gave Captain Marvel a standalone film and then forced viewers to go see it as required reading for Endgame? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I misremembered. It was a big step for me embodying myself in believing that I could do anything, something so big, my confidence as a leader, and the belief in storytelling. Of course, she adds in the video that Captain Marvel wasn't the first time she'd gone for a part in the MCU, though it was certainly the biggest role she'd approached. She also auditioned for Iron Man 2 and Thor, though she didn't really state what characters they might have played as. Other projects she tried out for and didn't get were Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, good thing for her, Jennifer's Body, and even The Big Bang Theory. Could you imagine Brie Larson as Penny? Would have been amazing. God, Big Bang Theory has done more to damage nerddom than any single thing in history. And that includes Revenge of the Nerds movies. Now, because I say this in jest, I will say that, September is a month where we're supposed to, as content creators, bring awareness to self-deletion and preventing that, ending your own life. And I think that one thing I thought that was really wholesome is I saw that my Discord had started. Now, obviously, they're not psychiatrists or whatever, psychologists, but my Discord had on their own volition created like a mental health area to talk about stuff. I was really moved by that. Of course, my Discord link is in the description of every one of my videos. If you're feeling alone, professional help is always obviously ideal. But there are more ways now to talk to somebody than ever before. And I want you to know that my Discord is open and welcome, a welcoming community to anybody from all walks of life. We have very few rules in there. Just one is don't be a jerk. And that's basically it. So, there are people that care about you. And I care about you. And, stick around. We've got many more things to roast. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.